That's going to be on every bad promo for our show. Attack of the Show, it's so exciting. And then just you for 5 minutes. Hey, welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Perez. Good to see you.
And I'm Candace Bailey. We are coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
And oh, what a program we have for you today. On the show today, Max Greenfield from New Girl will be here live. We're going to find out if he's been infected by any of Zoe Deschanel's magic sparkle. She's so indie. Put a bird on her. And the holiday gift guide continues with the Samsung camera that zooms in super close like. Which, I tell you, very handy when you want to make your subject look bigger in pictures. I always put it next to a quarter for size comparison. It makes it, you know, or a Micro Machine City. Just towers over it.
Plus, Chris Gore is here, and he brought DVDs. We'll find out if you should buy The Hangover Part 2 or Cowboys and Aliens and DVDs Day. Hey, what's Sarah Underwood doing over there?
Hey guys!
I don't know. It's so fun
change.
Boy, the format is upside down today, kids. They all do attack.
Who's got news? Say who?
Boo!
I've got news! Consumer Reports just picked their best and worst wireless carriers of the year, and there's a real shocker in there. No, it's not. Plus, NASA might have finally found a planet with alien life. But more importantly, there's big news with XXX domains. All that and more is coming up.
I can hardly wait to hear all that stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Can't wait for the feed.
Good times.
I can tell you're fired up, yeah. Well, we'll get to the modeling stuff later, because I love Sarah revealed her modeling tip to me.
Let's get to it now.
Which I think is, yeah, let's just get to it. Just tell them what you do, because it's so funny.
Okay, here's the secret if you want to be a model and you want to make sexy faces. You say your vowels. Ready?
Ready.
A. E. I.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
U.
Give 'em
And
a-
you have sexy face.
Yeah, I know. I like it, but you, the beginning of you is a little bit of stink face.
U.
Oh,
See, it's a little stink face at the beginning.
I like
It's
that.
not.
But it's still sexy.
What about why?
It's
Do you ever
sexy at the end.
sometimes Wyatt?
Why?
Show
is
us why.
Why?
That is a very unsexy vowel. Very unsexy. You're right.
I'm so excited to know how to be sexy. All right, it's time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
You want to go around the net?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah! And at number 5, a kickboxing match.
You are going to crash so hard after the first commercial break. I can't wait.
Because I got some candy to keep me going.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. So, yes, we have a kickboxing match followed by a very leisurely exit from the ring. That was the worst crowd surfing ever. I just didn't even make it out.
And the winner by a knockout is the floor. Was that big enough?
It was something.
that was definitely something.
That was the kind of knockout you need to grab the electric toothbrush for the NES pad for. Like, you're not going to be able to mash fast enough.
I don't know what you're talking
No, it's all
about.
right. It's all
The
right.
electric toothbrush?
You had to mash buttons to get back up in video games really fast.
So
like
you'd use an electric
yeah.
toothbrush?
Yeah, or you could, you would just cheat, or you could, yeah, nice and
That was
quick.
pretty fast.
Little rabbit.
Hey.
Got me through high school.
In the late 70s, people working in television didn't have access to things like Red Bulls and rock stars.
Yeah, so they had to make do with what they did have, tons and tons of cocaine. Which can actually help explain bizarre artifacts like today's number 4 item.
With more Dog Disco right after this commercial break.
I think this is one of my favorite clips ever.
You wish that still exists.
Oh my God, I so wish that still exists. I would watch it all the time.
You would put your dogs in a dog
I
disco.
would. And dress them up all cute in their little dresses. And... What I would.
She thinks dogs are people.
No, I don't. I know the difference.
All right, yeah.
You know, the least exciting part about Dog Disco?
What?
The giant pile of feces in the corner.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
The most exciting part, though, were the legendary doggy sex orgies. Wish I were alive in the 70s. Man. You know what I mean?
No.
Just to watch. I'm not. I mean, you know, like. I know the difference.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
And at number 3 is a strange bug from a soccer game.
I don't know. Are you sure it's not like intentionally in there?
Well.
Don't slow dissolve out of that.
Scoring!
I know that seemed a little on the gay side, and I'm not using it as a pejorative. I'm just saying, call me old-fashioned.
It is soccer.
Again, call me old-fashioned, but I prefer when the players take off their shirts and leap toward each other, clasping their rippling, taut torsos in midair before collapsing to the ground, and euphoric, sweaty exhaustion. You know, like a manly celebration. That's what's missing.
Yeah,
from these games.
That's what that sounds like, Kevin. Manly celebration.
Mm-hmm. If you're trying to, what?
Nothing.
Oh, you sure? Because it looked like you wanted to say something.
No, I didn't want to say anything.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Take the paintball to the hip.
No.
You're clutching it.
I'm good.
You good? All right.
Thanks.
If you're trying, there's a website, Cha-Cha, for people to submit questions, and one of them was like, "Is Kevin Pereira gay?" And it's like 2.5 paragraphs of describing it, and it has nothing to do with sexuality. And the last sentence is, "And yes, he's totally a homosexual." I'm like, oh, well, thanks, Internet Answers, thanks
you?
Yahoo.
Are you? Nah?
No.
Meh?
No, I mean,
Because that sounds like a meh to me. I was just wondering, are
I
you
just
gay?
want to keep my weekend options open. That's all. I don't want to slam the door to a good time. Listen, thank you. I'm so brave. If you're trying to sell candy to disaffected Gen Y hipster types, you've got to aim for their overdeveloped sense of irony or their rose-tinted nostalgia for their childhood.
And if that doesn't work, you can just make something really, really strange, like this spec commercial for Sour Patch Kids.
Hey Dad, check it out. Got an A in my math test. Pretty cool, huh?
No, it's not cool. It's the coolest. Get in here, little guy.
I feel like I need to take a shower.
Like a shower in Sour Patch Kids?
Yes?
Well, then it worked. Yeah! You want to take a sour shower?
Yes.
All right.
Best day of my life!
This is.
I hope it doesn't hurt.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, sour shower. Get in there. Get in there, girl. Get in there.
I just put my phone. Can I have the bucket? I want to save these. Put it down. I'm taking him home, y'all. Oh.
Your shirt looks like you just visited the doggy disco. Well, that's an animated gift for 12. Still ahead, the worst paragliding landing of 2011.
See a surprise? And I'm going to you. I was trying to catch as many as I could. I mean, I didn't want to let those get away.
Little bear kake, yeah. It's sugary.
I'm not sexy there at all.
What are you talking? That's a. Oh, no, that's not sexy at all.
That is not
They're
sexy.
Is it over? No.
You know, for paragliders, there's nothing more magical and freeing than taking to the open skies.
Yeah, it's fun and it's really safe. Actually, you just got to avoid power lines and make sure you watch where you're landing. Just got to run the wiper blades and get them off the windshield. That's the best thing to do. On the bright side, though, you don't really need legs in order to paraglide, right? So.
Well, you need them
fine.
to do everything else.
Okay, you can't win them all. All right? You gotta take what you can. But to get your daily viral fix, make sure you check out all the viral videos and more at g4tv.com/. Oh my God, Santa's here!
How's your preparation for Christmas coming?
Candace, things are going great. The toys were all built in August.
August.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
Those elves must have been pretty busy, huh, Santa?
Elves? You always were a dense boy, Kevin. I haven't had elves since the 90s. No. My toys are all made at Foxconn by Chinese workers. Before they go to work for Apple.
Santa, that is horrible. What happened to the elves?
Well, how should I know? The same thing that happens to all little people when they die.
Okay, did you get a lot of letters from kids this year, Santa?
No, hell no. Kids today can barely spell, let alone shove enough words together on a page to form a coherent letter. I get a few texts, though, asking me for bitches and blunts. That's about it.
Well, you know, we still believe in the Christmas spirit, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Santa.
Whatever. Here are your gifts.
Thank you, Santa. That's great. What is it?
Keeping up with the Kardashians ashtray?
Listen, not to be a dick, but what's the deal, Santa?
Well, it's sponsored gifts this year. You're lucky to get it.
Okay, this is really lame, Santa.
No, the best part is you'd better be good because I know where you live.
This is really all that you have for us? I mean, this is...
There's got to be something better than this.
Yep, I wish I could give you something nice like today's Gadgetron, a new zoomy Samsung camera.
Well, thanks, Santa. Thank you. It's nice of him.
Are you still running around trying to find the right gift for the aspiring photographer in your life? Fear not!
Oh.
Gadgetron is here!
Why the applause light's broken?
The Samsung WB750 is a compact camera with a big old zoom. Look at this. Okay,
Show 'em that big old
here we go.
zoom.
18 times.
Whoa! I think the camera likes you.
Oh, Kevin.
The camera
shucks.
feels a little light even with the battery in it, which is good because you're going to want the battery inside of this if you're going to use it. There's a rubber grip, which isn't all that rubbery, actually. And the build quality is, I don't know, it feels a little hollow, or cheap is another adjective I guess you could use.
It feels very light.
Very light is another way of saying that. There's a 3-inch LCD that unfortunately leaves much to be desired. In low light, the image on the LCD appears way grainier than the final image, which you might say, oh, that's great, but you might be reluctant to take an image, or you might fuss with settings because it looks so grainy on the LCD, and that's bad.
Yeah.
The screen also has a much cooler color temperature than in real life. It does shoot 12.5 megapixels, which is something, you know.
But the real star of this camera is the lens with a whopping 18 times zoom.
That is true. The lens is probably the best part of the camera.
I'd say so.
An 18x zoom is incredible for a camera this size. The optics here are improved over the 700. When the camera's off, the lens collapses. As you can see, it's almost flush with the thickest part of the body. When fully zoomed, the lens extends to almost 3 inches.
Whoa!
Yeah, we can round
Get
up like we do. Here we have the camera in its normal focal length. Wait for it. Boom. All right. Look at that. That is just a normal little photo, but here it is zoomed all the way in, and oh my God! It's still not an interesting photo, but it is closer to things. Look at that rock.
Now, yesterday we saw some great video from the Canon S100. This one also shoots 1080p at 30 frames a second, and it has the same dedicated video button.
Sure does, Candace Bailey. Instead of having to change the shooting mode, you just hit the old record button right there. And the zoom is unlocked when shooting video, which is great, but it is much slower when actually zooming around and recording. A nice feature, record stereo sound.
Nice.
So there's that. You got a left and a right channel. Don't get too greedy, kids. You can shoot up to 20 minutes of footage at a time. Overall, the sharpness left something to be desired, and the color, it was pretty good, fairly accurate reproduction. Yesterday's camera that we talked about, it was a lot better, but it also cost twice as much. So there you go.
Well, did it perform better as a camera?
Yes, it did.
Camera?
Actually, the photos were really good. Color reproduction was much better than it appeared in the LCD. I mean, look at that. Look. Stop looking at it, actually.
Handsome Jeremy.
Noise was not an issue. It was that's a low light photo. It
doesn't look that
This
great.
couple had a breakup over. I just don't feel the same way about Ethernet, Dan. Outside, though, the images look great, proving once again that the more light you have, the better the camera's going to perform. The camera's macro settings, as you can see, look at that. I mean, we got
nice picture
all
right
up in them
there.
flowers, and they look good.
Okay, the Samsung WB750 can be under the tree for $279. At that price, what are we rating it?
3 out of 5. The zoom is impressive for a camera this size. The image quality was good. It didn't blow us away. But even at $279, the video should be sharper. And really, the LCD, it's laggy. It just underperforms. That was the biggest disappointment for this camera.
Okay, so 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's it for today's Gadget Pond.
Thanks, Santa. Still ahead, we're going to play Buy, Rent, or Pass with Chris Gore. I give him a rent. But he'll review DVDs for The Hangover Part 2, Cowboys and Aliens, and Chillerama.
And later, Max Greenfield from New Girl will be here live.
He's dreaming.
He is.
Tis the season for some new music. So light up the old Yule log and stuff your stockings with some new tunes, all free for the taking. First up is Sway from Connecticut-based pop duo Mates of State. Mates of State have been lying low since 2008's Rearrange Us, but have returned stronger than ever with their new album, Mountaintops. The 10-song release was recorded over a year and a half at no fewer than 6 different studios. Next up, help yourself to Uninspired, the lead track off of alt-rockers Acidic's second full-length album, Getting Lucky. Apart from their energetic live shows, Acidic is known for the charity work they've done for local animal shelters and the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The band has even formed Help Us Help, their own charity to assist others in need. Neon Indian is the third musical identity of Alan Palomo, who also recorded under the name Ghost Hunter and Vega. The project began as an experiment after Palomo missed a date to take acid with an ex-girlfriend and wrote a song for her that was much more lo-fi than the shiny synth-pop sound he was known for. All 3 songs are gifts from the artist to you, so what are you waiting for? Head on over to G4TV.com and grab some free beats.
And at number 1 today, stunt choreography.
Yes.
Hold.
You hold.
Oh, hold these nuts, am I right? Am I right? Seriously, hold my. Well, you know, you can't spell Santa without a little T and A. It's letters are in the.
Today, you could win a $500 gift certificate for jackthreads.com.
Oh my God.
Watches, shoes, headphones, you know, clothes and stuff. Because not wearing pants is sometimes considered socially unacceptable.
Not at my place. To enter, visit g4tv.com/epic giveaway. Get your entry in between now and Wednesday, December 7th by 3 p.m. Eastern, and we will announce the winner on tomorrow's show. But now, the most important news of all.
Yes! Scientific proof that Santa is real!
Let's just see what Sarah Underwood has to say if she's here.
He's real, and I won't believe anything different.
Me neither!
Let's start the feed.
All the news you need to know.
It's Tuesday, December 6th, and here are your top stories. Consumer Reports just released their evaluation of wireless carriers, and surprise, surprise, AT&T didn't do too hot. For the second year in a row, Verizon took top honors in the annual Consumer Satisfaction Survey, while AT&T was labeled the worst mobile operator in the U.S. Sprint scored better than last year, as did T-Mobile, which most likely won't get acquired by AT&T due to antitrust issues. Turns out that's probably best for everyone. Now, NASA just found the most habitable Earth-like planet yet, and there might be alien life there, guys. Yeah. The space agent. What?
Aliens that barbecue and wear Joe's sneakers.
That's how. Seems right. That's
Yeah.
appropriate.
Nice.
The space agency's Kepler telescope just discovered the planet, which is twice the size of Earth. Of the 500 planets discovered in the habitable zone, it's in the best position to have liquid water. They're calling it Earth's solar twin because it could already be hosting life and potentially have an average surface temperature of 72 degrees. That sounds a lot like Los Angeles, minus the trannies and hobos. Now, today is a big day for the porno biz. .xxx domains are open for business, and now even you can get your very own sultry domain name. Over 100,000 of the most obvious XXX domains have already been pre-reserved, but starting today, any Joe Schmo with an internet connection can visit ICMregistry.com and fork over between $150 and $300 to snag the XXX domain of their choice. In case you're wondering, I already registered attackoftheshow.xxx.
Yeah!
But it's not what you think. It's Candace this weekend, sticking my purple vibrator up her nose. Did she tell you about that, Kevin? Did she? Okay. Did she tell you about that?
First off, you're making it sound really weird, Sarah.
No, that's what. I'm sorry. I forgot to add. You were wasted.
Yeah. I would like to hear Candace tell her version of the story without it sounding
go for it.
weird. I'd like to see you pull that off.
It was a dirty Santa gift. I had a couple people over. We played games. It was a game night, and we had Dirty Santa. You know Dirty Santa, where one person brings a gift and
Where's
you
the
take
part
it.
where the vibrator went up your nose?
So one of my friends picks the vibrator and the lube. There's grape flavored lube. Grape flavored lube with
match
it.
the purple vibrator.
And Sarah stole it from my friend Aldis, and then I took it and I stuck it up my nose because it was itty bitty and it seemed like the appropriate spot for it at the time. And I tasted the grape lube. It was actually pretty good. Sarah, have you used that yet?
Oh, and I'm never gonna use it. You stuck it up your nose.
I told you to wash it. Soap and water.
No.
You're gonna. She
I'm gonna
used
throw it away. That was
She told
disgusting.
me. You
You're
told me
on my
you used
dirty
it.
Santa present. Anyways, let's
I'll
talk
get you a
about.
new vibrator, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So guess what? Alex Baldwin was kicked off in a. Alec.
Oh.
Don't be mad that I called out your vibrating nose sticking incident this weekend. Alec Baldwin was kicked off an American Airlines flight today for playing Words with Friends. The actor tweeted that he was, quote, reamed for playing the game on his phone just before the plane was set to take off from JFK. Long story short, he was removed from the plane for allegedly making a scene. He tweeted this statement on the incident. Last flight with American, where retired Catholic school gym teachers from the 50s find jobs as flight attendants. Zing! But finally, it's time for the Fark.com story of the day. If you plan on carjacking someone, here's a pro tip. Make sure the guy whose car you're trying to steal isn't an MMA fighter, okay? One absent-minded criminal in Chicago didn't do that and ended up choosing a target who was more than competently trained in mixed martial arts. Not only did the alleged would-be mugger get his ass handed to him, but wait for it, he ended up shooting himself in the ankle with his own gun. And then everyone lived happily ever after. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now back over to the elves. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah.
Really? Thank you, Sarah.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. That's going to be a story for years to come.
Can't wait.
Candace leaves over, she's like, oh, Grammy and Granddaddy are going to be so upset. And I'm like, only because you don't know where to put the vibrator. That's the only reason they're going to be disappointed with you. Hey, if you're driving a car without a built-in 42-inch HD TV and 4G hotspot, you might as well be riding around in a horse and carriage. Am I right, Candace Bailey?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, totes.
What's on here? Blair Herter headed to the Rose Bowl in a fully decked out monster hybrid.
Here's the thing, you guys. I don't know a lot about math or world issues, but I do know me some football. And with football comes America's greatest pastime, tailgating. I have stocked this massive GMC hybrid Yukon SUV with all the greatest gear and gadgets that money, and by money I mean my corporate card, can buy. So let's chill some beers, turn on some tunes, and party.
When it comes to powering up your tailgating party for the day, turn your devices on with the help of the Yukon Hybrid. MSRP is $52,000, but that's a small investment for a mobile party machine.
So you're telling me that alcohol and food and friendship isn't enough for you? Okay, fine, you guys, no problem. This thing actually has so many outlets in it. You can plug in a 42-inch TV, a PS3, play some Madden 12, and still have enough battery power to get your designated driver to drive you through In-N-Out later so you can eat something before you pass out. All right, so we've got the ride set up. My troops are hungry. So let's check out a couple of these super cool electric cooking gadgets for your high-tech barbecue. So Fuego's Element Portable Gas Grill, super easy to bring to any outdoor event. As you can see here, it's got a cast iron grate, push button igniter. This thing cranks out 8,000 BTUs. That's like cooking a burger on the surface of a very tiny sun. And at $199, why wouldn't you have this thing? Hey, you know what sucks worse than the Colts record this year? Having to walk even a foot to grab your beer. That's why for $450, you can buy one of these 300-watt cruising coolers. It goes 13 miles an hour, and there's booze inside of it. Think about that. So now that you're out here drinking and have a good time, you don't really expect to go to the game, right? I didn't think so. That's why we hooked everybody's device up to this AT&T Elevate 4G hotspot, iPad, some Android devices. Clearly they don't care about each other. Nobody's talking over there whatsoever. But this thing is going to really keep you connected. You can check any score for any game. And it's about $269 or $69 for a 2-year contract. And when you think about that, there's just so many parties you can throw over 2 years. It's a really good deal. Well, it looks like we've reached a new level of high-tech tailgating. It's been a blast so far. We've eaten a lot of good food. Unfortunately, though, I think the beer might have run out, but that's okay, because friendship's going to keep this party going. Right, guys? Friendship.
If you've been watching too much porn lately, let me remind you of the following. Movies are supposed to have plots, and you usually need to watch for more than 5 minutes. It's time for DVD Day. Well, I'm sorry.
I can't believe you had a dirty Santa party and you did not invite me.
I'm so sorry I didn't invite you.
I should have been at that party. I could have thought of more games than, just the nose part.
What's up first, Chris?
Yes, let's get right to it. It's Hangover Part 2, folks. It's out.
Now, I like the first Hangover, but this one not so much.
I agree with you. Not even a monkey could save this movie, unfortunately. Usually a monkey means comedy gold. Yes, a monkey comedy gold, not so much in this. Really disappointed. It's
I was too.
It did the mix of sort of like, it's gonna be vulgar, but it's gonna have a heart. It's gonna be disgusting and gross, but it's gonna have some serious layers. I don't know. That's a sandwich that doesn't work out at the buffet.
There were a couple of funny moments, but overall, I was not a fan of this movie.
Me either. And I love the first one.
But Crystal the monkey, love.
Yes,
Love her.
yes.
Do we get to see more of her on the DVD extras?
Yeah, there's like an extra of the monkey. Yes, you can watch that and skip the film.
Maybe I will. Okay,
Yeah.
bottom line.
Bottom line, pass. I'm sorry. And they've already announced part 3.
I would say pass too.
Yeah.
We agree. This
Sorry.
is crazy.
Save
All
your
right, what's
cash.
our next DVD?
Cowboys and Aliens!
I love how this film's title tells you everything you need to know going into it.
Yeah, and you could retitle it Han Solo meets James Bond. That's also a great title for this movie, but I love Cowboys and Aliens. Jon Favreau did a great job with this sort of mixing practical effects, and also it's like a real cowboy movie too. I mean, Steven Spielberg actually gave Jon Favreau an iPad filled with Westerns to kind of, just as a gift and also to inspire him, and he did a screening of the film The Searchers, classic Western you should all check out, to inspire the cast and crew to make this film. It's just amazing. It's amazing. All the things you'd want in a Western and science fiction too. And they never call them aliens because what would cowboys think aliens are? Saucer men. I don't know.
That's true. Well,
Anyways, a lot of fun.
Special features are on the desk.
A lot of great behind-the-scenes special features, amazing commentary with Jon Favreau, conversations with him, and I feel like he really approaches these movies with like a heart. That's what I love about Jon. He gets the right mix.
It was a really good movie. What's the bottom line?
Bottom line, buy it, folks. Buy it. Yeah.
Chris, 2 for 2.
We agree.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. All right, we've got time for a quick pick.
Yes, here we go. The TV series Look. It's now on DVD, double disc set.
Is that because
fantastic.
the girl on the back is naked?
Well, yes, I can't show you the back of the box, but it's basically, it's like think of it as a dirty soap opera.
Oh.
You can give this away at your dirty Santa party.
Okay,
Wait.
I will. Thank you, Chris.
Here.
For more gore, thank you. Follow him on Twitter. Oh, no, follow him. Check out his podcast on iTunes. And now over to Kevin.
All right. Listen, I have a hard enough time pulling my own finger, so pulling an intact pressure plate out of the ground the way the guys on Bomb Patrol Afghanistan do scares the crap out of me.
Activity in the area. Obviously approaching top. 3734, just so you know, we don't have eyes on the big one. Hey, Ricky!
Stop. Oh, jeez. He just jumped down. I'm getting up there. Oh, he can cover him. Chief looks like he's got eyes on something. Chase, I got the pressure plate.
Do not miss a all new Bomb Patrol Afghanistan tonight at 10. Hey! Check out g4tv.com/Bomb Patrol for videos, photos, and more. And stay tuned. New girl man Max Greenfield is alive right after this.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. You lose.
Listen, girls have their girl talk and their nose vibrators, but when us fellas get together, it gets real.
Do you think that Paul would be into, like, something like that?
What, a little light choking? I'm gonna bet Paul was into some pretty dark stuff.
Light choking, really?
No one's doing that.
You know what, Nick? Maybe you're hooking up with the wrong kind of girl.
Apparently I'm hooking up with the right girl, Schmidt, because they don't choke me.
What? Nick is a meat and potatoes kind of guy. Winston and I don't want to be a part of this. Sushi.
So you guys really think you're better at sex than me?
Yeah, absolutely. I used to listen to you and Caroline all the time in college. It was like listening to a rescue crew trying to communicate with a stranded minor. Are you okay? Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah.
Oh, hits closer to home than I would like. Joining me now, Max Greenfield, everybody!
All right.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right, man.
Yeah?
How are you?
It's great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah? You well rested? Did you have a nice night of sleep?
No, I didn't. I have a 2-year-old child at home, and
You got to get rid of that thing.
well, this is what happens. You know, when you go to bed at 10 o'clock and she wakes up at like 11.
Right.
You know, you reach a point of sleep where you just, I don't know what, it's like an REM thing, and you're in a far off land, and then you hear the crying, and it's you know, it's jolting to your system.
Right, you're basically-
And then you have to go in there and be a caring father. Right. But you're also like on some sort of weird like mescaline trip,
Right.
because you're just like, I don't know where I am.
You
and
have to exude love to this noisy beast that you just wish would go back to sleep.
Yeah, and you
you're high on
find
NyQuil.
yourself in that weird place, you know what I mean? And every once in a while you're a little sick and you shot some NyQuil right before you go to bed, and then you're in a really bad
Now you got to party. That's why the pro tip is give the baby
It's
the
not a
NyQuil
party.
and
It's
you'll
not a
sleep right
party.
through it.
It's not a party, because I'm a big fan of partying.
Yeah.
And that is not a party, my friend. Because I don't know how you, because it's a sad party.
I'm not going to send you the Evite to my holiday NyQuil bash.
There might have been.
You're not going to get it.
There's like guilt crying. It's
Wait, you're crying along with the baby?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm an unfit parent right now. I just had a cough and cold.
Kevin, one day you'll understand, because you seem like we talked a little bit before. You're like you're a nice guy, man. One day you're gonna have a baby, and you're gonna
not on purpose.
No, you are. You are. You're gonna go into the other room when it starts crying. You're gonna hold it, and you're gonna want to be there for it. You're gonna be so tired, and you're just gonna go, man. And then and then tears start happening, and you go, why is this happening? I don't understand. I don't understand.
I'll just drop it like a comedian at the end of a set with a microphone. Like, nope, I'm out.
No.
That's it.
It's a fun.
You're
It's
right.
a fun shtick. It's a fun shtick. But you guys know Kevin. You know he's a sweet guy.
Actually,
you know
this
it's
is the wrong-
untrue.
No, Kevin.
This is the wrong room to appeal to.
I'm telling you, man.
Well, I learned something today when I was researching, getting ready, aggressively prepping for this. I wasn't on a parenting website. I was researching bar mitzvahs. I was unaware that they are themed.
You don't know these things?
I did not know. I was blissfully unaware.
So in the last episode, Bells, I revealed the theme of my character's bar mitzvah, sports jams. In real life, the theme of my bar mitzvah was SNL, which I thought was actually pretty cool. Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, no, I'm just shocked I'm still shocked that they're themed. And then what do you do for an SNL bar mitzvah?
Well, you know, your mother goes a little nuts and puts, you know, David Spade's headshot on a table, and the cake comes out and it's the Blues Brothers on a cake, which is about as good as it gets.
Okay.
But so then I get on Twitter and I'm like, I want to hear what's the theme of your bar mitzvah's
Right.
Twitter sphere. Oh man, James Bond.
Really?
Midnight in Paris. Some of the most
I didn't
amazing.
know bar mitzvahs were like a super sweet 16
because
kind of thing.
it brings up like an embarrassment of a thing that you once went through, that you went, because your parents come up to you at some point and they go like, hey Maxie, what are you really into? Because we're throwing your bar mitzvah and it needs a theme. I sure do love SNL. and then they go and they like call and they get headshots and they put up and then it becomes a thing.
You got a big Lorne Michaels
And
bouncy
like,
house.
Luckily, you know, I look back at that and go, all right, Max, you dodged the bullet on that one. But you know, the poor kid was like, James Bond.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or
He was like, which is kind of
SpongeBob's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, like some weird thing. You know, a writer on our show, Josh Melmuth. We were on set one day and I go, hey, Josh, you know, you had a bar mitzvah, did you have a theme on that thing? And he goes, you know, I don't know. I go, what do you mean you don't know?
I was pretty high on NyQuil.
Yeah, totally. He's like, I don't know. And he goes, well, it might have been jazz. So did you say jazz?
He had
a jazz-themed bar mitzvah.
So not only does he have a voice in the range of Mickey Mouse, but he had a jazz-themed...
Oddly enough, Josh Melmuth wrote tonight's episode of New Girl.
If that's not reason enough to tune in.
And let me tell you something, and on a perfectly honest note, is my favorite episode we've done all season. I think it's genuinely... it's genuinely, you know, you do these episodes and you're into it and you know, you read the script from the start and then you're in it, you're doing the scenes and sometimes it just becomes what it is. The jokes are what they are. But this is one of the first episodes that I've watched afterwards where I continue to watch it and I go, I can't believe how funny it's.
When I know the man behind Final Draft had a jazz mitzvah, I'm tuning in.
And I go far beyond that.
I
too.
appreciate it, Max. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Thanks for coming out. Hope you get some
absolutely.
sleep, man.
Thanks, man.
Max Greenfield, everybody. New Girl airs tonight on Fox. Just stick around. There's more Attack of the Show coming up right after this. Should have one hole in it, not 27 holes. How am I supposed to get an accurate pour with 27 holes?
You asked for all those holes.
I don't know where this rumor got started, but it's the.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Jeremy Piven will be here with his new movie, I Melt With You, and maybe he'll hug it out with us. Then Morgan Webb will drop down our chimney with the best video game deals of the year in Game Break. And Grace Helbig has adventures in babysitting with Method Man and Jonah Hill from The Sitter. See it tomorrow.
Oh, wise and wonderful Twitter world, what say you?
You want to read one?
No, I thought you were going to.
Okay, Sean X Long. There was nothing sour about that Sour Patch shower of Candace Bailey 5. It was all sweet. Thanks, Kay Pereira, for giving us a sweet gift.
Don't thank me, thank Miss Bailey. She did it. She's
You're
a crazy
welcome.
one.
You gonna do another?
Who Mark72 says a friend and I instantly tried to go to attackoftheshow.xxx. I'm so glad we have a designated portion of the internet now for pornography, because we really needed one. Before we just had the entire internet. You know? The dumbest thing ever, but hey, congrats. I want to thank Sarah Underwood. I want to thank Chris Gore. I really want to thank Blair Herter and Max Greenfield. But show VIP goes to Candace Bailey. Sour Patch Shower.
Stick around.
Vibrators in the
Pops
nose.
is next.
What
Good
a show
night.
for you.